Now, before the break, we were talking about the complete meltdown of institutional integrity in Washington. But funny thing, you know who wasn't there? Donald Trump. And that's kind of his thing. But he wasn't there because today he's in England getting to have tea with the Queen.
You know, Your Majesty, I was watching The Crown on Netflix. I gotta say, you used to be smoking hot. I mean, like an 8, 9 metric,
okay? But just this morning, he was busy making NATO great again. For instance, he was in Brussels at a meeting about Russian aggression in Ukraine and Georgia, and, surprise, surprise, Trump swiftly changed the subject to military spending and warned allies that if they didn't increase their payments, quote,
I'll do my own thing.
And he means it, because I'm pretty sure Melania won't anymore. And this, I don't know. I don't even know what that means. I have no idea what that sentence means. This, of course, was taken as a threat that Trump would dismantle NATO, so they called an emergency session of all the world leaders where Trump continued his tantrum. One attendee described it as usual Trump, a stream of incoherent sentences. The allies look the other way as when the old uncle gets nuts. I don't know. I don't know if that's fair. Old uncle is way too kind. We like old uncle. He's related to mom. Trump's more like old angry guy yelling at bus stop wearing grocery bag as pants. By the way, do not Google old uncle gets nuts. But Trump walked away triumphant and immediately called an impromptu press conference where he boasted about what he'd accomplished.
Everyone's agreed to substantially up their commitment. They're going to up it at levels that they've never thought of before. We are doing numbers like they've never done before or ever seen before.
Yes, numbers nobody's ever seen. 11-5, Threvin, Flixty-tillion. Okay? They said we couldn't get to Flixty. They said they'll stop at Flurpy-tillion. We got them to Flixty.
Still, getting the NATO countries to agree to more spending is an accomplishment, and I never thought I'd be standing here saying the president did a good job, and I'm not, because Trump's claim is false. Nobody agreed to spend more than the previously agreed upon 2% target. He's taking a victory lap for stuff that was already going to happen.
After much discussion, I am allowing Germany to take down the Berlin Wall, and the month after this will be August. If you don't believe me, check your calendars. They've already been updated. You're welcome.
And
you're welcome. No, you don't have. No, please. Please.
And he put a very positive spin on this morning's angry meeting.
You'll hear that from the Secretary General in a little while. He thanked me, actually. He actually thanked me. And everybody in the room thanked me.
I'm going to guess it went like this.
I'm leaving.
Now, one reporter asked him if he was going to stick to his pro-NATO message after he left the meeting.
We understand your message, but some people ask themselves, will you be tweeting differently once you board the Air Force One? Thank you.
No, that's other people that do that. I don't. I'm very consistent. I'm a very stable genius.
Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. He's on a world tour. He's got to play the hits.
Thank you, Brussels. I'm a very stable genius. Sad. Fake news. Witch hunt. I'll be signing covfefes after the show.
But, and it's a big but, the big question after Trump destabilized NATO was what will happen in his upcoming meeting with Vladimir Putin.
As you know, I'm meeting with President Putin on Monday. We will, of course, ask your favorite question about meddling. I will be asking that question again. But we'll also be talking about other things. Well, he may. I mean, look, he may. You know, what am I going to do?
How about anything at all? You're the president of the country that he attacked. You know, do anything. do anything, say anything Vladimir Putin wouldn't like. Call him short, stare at his bald spot, tell him his nipples look like pencil erasers, anything. And Trump had an interesting way to describe his relationship with Vlad.
He's a competitor. He's been very nice to me the times I've met him. I've been nice to him. He's a competitor. You know, somebody was saying, is he an enemy? No, he's not my enemy. Is he a friend? No, I don't know him well enough.
It makes sense. It's really hard to become friends with your boss. I mean, you're out for drinks. You know how it goes. You're out for drinks. It's going well, but you can't help but think, is he only being nice to me because he has a tape of me rolling in hooker urine? You just don't know.